Hello, everyone. This is Melinda, False Teeth Real Tarot,
I am her son, David Gentry.
which I call Ricky. And the other day, when Andrea, she was doing a Antarctica um, dream meetup, and I didn't tell him at all. He had no idea about that. And the next day, we were talking, and I haven't even um, checked out Andrea's video or anything like that. I still haven't because I didn't want it to those things be put in my head before we made this video. And when we were talking, all of a sudden he says,
I said that I had a funny dream about Antarctica. At least I thought it was Antarctica because it was really cold. And I had a dream that I felt like I had cannonballed into a pool, but the pool was solid. And I couldn't open my eyes at the beginning, but I could definitely feel that I couldn't move. And I couldn't move at all, but when I started to be able to see, my eyes opened up a little bit. It looked like I was in a really dark glass or crystal tunnel thing, like I was just trapped in it. And I could see a light at the end of it, but I didn't know what it was until I could feel the cold around me, and I figured I was trapped in a bunch of ice. And as I started to feel the shivers of the ice, I started to feel shakes around me, like it was shaking around me, and then the ice started melting. And then I had woke up from my dream because I was freezing cold and I didn't want to be in there anymore.
"Did you?" Um, I know the first time you started telling me this. See, I never even heard all of that yet because me being myself, I interrupted you as soon as you said you had a dream about Antarctica. But anyway, did you hear anybody?
I heard muffling sounds. I saw a couple shadows in the light, but it was like I couldn't see. It was ice in front of me, I guess. I thought it was either glass, really thick glass, or crystal, but it was like you're trying to look through ice, but you couldn't make out anything. It was just shadows. There was like 4 or 5 shadows moving, and this light all the way at the end of it. And then I started trying to look around to see what was with me, but around me was dark. Like the further from the light I was, the darker, so I couldn't see around me. But I could see the little bit of like thickness in front of me. I had like maybe this much between me and the thick ice.
Did did you feel anything?
Just numb. I went from numb to shaking and cold to why is this trembling around me?
Hmm.
And then it started feeling really warm, but I was still frozen.
Wow. Okay, when you said that about you had this weird dream about Antarctica, and I interrupted you, I was like, "Oh my God, Andrea, she was doing a okay." But anyway, um, and all I know is all I could see when I was there, because my first feeling was he jumped into my dream. He jumped into my dream somehow, and I don't know how. And because he had no idea that I was doing this, and and then I had a reading with Jean, Sun Psychic Jean, and she told me that we ran together at night like a pack of wolves, and which makes sense because I know you want to say something about your kids and
My son calls himself, and he did it all by himself for like 3 or 4 years. He calls himself the King of Wolves. He's 8 years old now. Calls himself the King of Wolves. And he likes to howl and stuff like that.
yeah, he loves the howl. Man, he could sound just like a wolf too. He's awesome. That's Daniel. And okay, but anyway, what I seen happening in this whatever was going on is that everybody was a penguin. So yeah, you was a penguin too. And so what I had seen, I actually drew something right before I left to come over here to try to explain it, and I hope it's dark enough because I took like 10 minutes to do this because I was leaving, and
No, that don't work.
oh,
we
right there,
go.
right there. Okay, so they would be going this way then. So I was coming in this direction, and as I was walking in this direction, the lava and stuff was over here. I had seen, because it was really, really warm. I'll bring it up some more. As I was walking, the lava was over here, and it was like this river of lava, which kept it really warm in there, but it was also cool enough on the outsides to where this was like a little, it almost looked like a curb of ice, and so that way you couldn't like slide from the ice. You'd hit up against this like bumper part that was also ice, like the curb. It was like a curb, and you could see all this lava just like flowing by, and as I was walking, okay, then I looked to the right as I was coming through, and then I seen this. Make sure it's on the right side. No, I was right as I was walking through here. I looked over this way, and I knew I could jump in. And me being a penguin, because I could tell the way I was walking and stuff, I was a penguin, and everybody around me was a penguin. But I knew that I could jump in this way and like swim over here if I wanted to, but I didn't yet. I just kept going towards this way. And then I looked up and I seen this. This is a little penguin stuck with his butt and his feet out of this hole. And I remember as I was walking by it, I thought, how'd that penguin get stuck in that hole?
You know what's funny about that penguin?
What?
You have it facing towards things where if they were walking, I would have saw their shadows. The way these penguins are up here.
Yeah, this over here, I'll get to that part here in just a second.
That's crazy.
But yeah, this is where, as when somebody swam under, they could either go this direction or this direction. It was this great big area where there was other penguins at and stuff like that. But anyway, as I walked past this Ricky penguin, and I went this way, and I just kept looking down at the lava, and then up here at the top, you could see, or on the other side of it, it was like this whole bunch of it was real thick ice, like I guess like if sun was melting and freezing, melting and freezing, melting and freezing. It made this really hard ice, because the lava was pretty warm, I'm sure. And as I continued to investigate down this way, you could see all the lava. You could see that there was some kind of a tunnel going forward, and you could see all of this ice wall over here. And this part over here also was like ice, like an ice wall. And because you couldn't see this part from here because it was a wall of ice. And so I stood here. I took like a step or two inside this like cave-like area, and that's what it looked like. It looked like a cave, like maybe if that lava had melted a bunch of water, and that's how the cave system made itself, or something. I'm not too sure how it formed, but that's what it kind of looked like, I guess. And I'm not going to get to that part yet. So I came back this way, and I jumped in, and then like swam to the other side, and I looked over here, and there was a bunch of little penguins over here doing their thing, And then I must have stayed in the water for a little while because I was trying to decide which one I should get off at which side. But I ended up going on this side. And when I did, I could see over to all these other, I think I only drew like one or two penguins over here. And, but there was several. It was like everybody that was here, because everybody was a penguin. And that showed up to Antarctica in their dream state thing. And so I went over on this side. I ended up going on this side. And make sure it's right. Yeah, I came over on this side. And I could see this. Hi, Daniel. I could see this. Grandma and Daddy's making a video.
Back, go with Mommy.
Okay.
Can I be in it?
You could say hi.
Hi.
Okay, now going in the other room, baby. Daddy and I's making a video, okay? But so I was standing over here, and then all of a sudden, I seen this entryway, and it was like a long corridor with ice on both sides, and all of a sudden, it started getting really warm, and it was like a persona of ice now. And then it just turned into like earth. And back and over and through here, there was our alien brothers and sisters over here. Like they was in like somewhere down into the core of the earth, and that was a way to get through. And I don't know what to make of that part of it, because I really didn't put too much thought in any of this, really, because I didn't want to lose what I had, and so I didn't really go investigating too much on what this part was. And but anyway, somehow or another, there was all this commotion. Like there was so much commotion, and it was like the walls was rumbling, and you could hear like different cracks. And so I made a bunch of little cracks right through here. And then all of a sudden, it was like I felt something was going to happen. I felt like there was going to be a volcano. And so I drew that volcano right here. But I felt like in Antarctica, there's something going on. Like under the ice or somewhere in there. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think that the aliens were there to try and maybe to keep it like calm down, maybe, to maybe help us out or something. I don't know. But it feels like there's going to be a shift under the earth. Because I do remember when I was walking on this ice path, I remember thinking, man, or maybe I even seen it. I don't remember. But I felt like it was like land, like anywhere, maybe like where the aliens were, because the aliens was like on this, it just looked like earth and stuff. So maybe, it just felt like there was land and earth just like there was anywhere else, but there was ice over it. Yeah. But it does feel like there's going to be an earthquake or volcano. I'm sure the volcano, because I felt it. I've been feeling volcanoes for a while. And I do know of the one that already happened and the one that is going to happen, I believe, probably in the first 6 months of 2023 is what I'm thinking, or the last few months of 2022. But and that's going to be a big one. That's going to be a doozy. But I also feel like the ash from this, because I know that people will take volcano rock that is cold, and they'll use it for healing and stuff like this. So I feel like the ash that's all going to go up in the airs and across the skies and the clouds of the clouds of the ash will somehow clear the air of a lot of the disease that's going on right now. And yeah. So I came over here this weekend because it was my grandson's birthday. He turned 12. Not Daniel, the one that came up, but Aiden. And yeah, I'm gonna turn this light just a little bit to see. Get it going this way for a little bit. But yeah, he's got this. This is my son Ricky's, like, little. What would you call this room?
Peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet room. Yeah. And he's got it really set up really cool with all this stuff that you can't see on camera, but that's for him to do if he ever comes up with the channel, because I would like really would you want to share a little bit about things, like what you think about and hear and see or whatever? Would you like to do any of that? No? Okay. Well, maybe next time. Maybe when he gets on his own or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I would like to share with you guys. And now when I get home, because I've been here for 2 nights, 3 days. So it'll be or 2 nights, 2 days, something. I don't know what it was. But when I get home, I'm going to check out Andrea's, and everybody else that was talking about what they felt on their dream meetup about Antarctica. Done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, love you guys, and okay.